Welcome back to More Moss to the People. My name is Åsa Nilsson, and I am your host. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, and I have missed you. I haven't done a recording now in, I think, 3 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. And excuse me, I came home later than anticipated due to delays with Air France. And I am not able to do this recording and have it upload this week. I'm going to have to upload it next week as it's too late. It's too late in the week. I have a production manager that has to help me with the back end work, and it's too quick of a turnaround time. So you see, I am at the mercy of other people's help, which is hard for me because I like to do everything myself and get things done as quickly as possible when it is possible, but that is not the case this week. So I thank you for listening in today. I appreciate you questioning where I've been. I have gotten questions from people saying, "Have you stopped doing podcasting? Why aren't you doing any more episodes?" Well, I haven't done any more episodes because I've been working. Girl has been working, okay? I have been traveling and I have been working. So I have definitely come to the conclusion that I am not able to do podcasting and Swedish death cleaning at the same time. It's not possible because, for me right now, because the time that it takes to do a podcast, it's not just sitting here and doing this recording for a half an hour with you. It is so much more than that. And maybe it's time that I look at things from a different perspective because maybe I don't have to do all of my marketing or uploading of things on social media saying the episode is coming and what am I talking about this week. I can just literally record an episode and give it to my production manager and he does his part and I get it out when I get it out. That would certainly help me take off some pressure, release my pressure valve of knowing that, oh my gosh, people are waiting to hear from me. But sometimes I just got to decide to take care of myself, and that means that I need to be present where I am. That is what I stand for with my podcast. That is what I stand for the whole movement to begin with. And that is, what am I doing if I can't be here now? I mean, if I'm worrying about the next thing or being 10 places at one time, I cannot be present. And when I am not present, then I'm doing this for naught. Do you understand? So I'm sure you understand my predicament, and I choose to do what I choose to do. And I'm standing for myself. I'm standing up for myself. And right now, what pays the bills is my work and not podcasting. So if you can figure out a way for me to do podcasting for my work and get paid the same money that I'm getting paid doing my Swedish death cleaning, then please let me know, because if I didn't have to leave my home, my cat, my husband to go travel across the world, I would certainly do so staying right here. Although I did have a wonderful time with my family. So let me tell you about my journey and what I've discovered this time about Swedish death cleaning. I traveled to Houston, Texas, where my oldest sister Annalie lives, and her husband unfortunately passed away. My brother-in-law Jay, whom I loved and love very much, he passed away on December 24th, 2023. And my sister is considering selling her home in about a year or so, in a year's time. And she's lived in this home. They've lived in this home for 24 years, and they've raised two daughters in this home. And beautiful place, great huge house in wonderful cul-de-sac, beautiful pool, all of it. It's got everything that anybody could ever want and more. And it was interesting because my sister, so I was living in the home and working in the home. So that was different for me, in the fact that before I have gone to a client's house and done the work and then left, right? So I have a certain amount of hours that I know I'm going to be there, from 10 to 2 every day. So 4 hours or 5 hours a day. And it's interesting because I had to be kind of on call, meaning that my sister had her own, she has her own business. She runs her own business. And so I had to kind of wait for her to be available to do the work. And I can't do the work on my own. I cannot decide what in her house is not going to be staying. Obviously, that is up to the client, not myself. And so I had to remain really flexible. And being flexible isn't that hard. What was hard for me was not knowing, okay, could I go for a walk, or should I go to take a shower now, or do I have time to do like something, or should I go to the grocery store, or you know what I mean? It was kind of like the unknowingness of the schedule. I like schedules. I am really good with schedules. I'm very good at maintaining schedules. And this was just a little different for me. And we ended up working over 40 hours in the time that I was there. So we got a lot of hours in, but it was like maybe 2 hours here, half an hour, 1 hour, 7 hours, right? So it was all over the place. And we had talked about that before I even went. And I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to be this way because her business also had to be run. So of course, I mean, hello, they've got like 30 employees. So of course, she has a lot of things to take care of. And we had family members there, and we were celebrating birthdays, and we were having a bunch of fun also in between. So it was kind of like, am I working? Am I playing? Am I working? Am I playing? I didn't know, like, I didn't know what what hat I was wearing. So see, there's something to learn in my discomfort. It's just being, stay communicative, stay saying what you're thinking, Asa, ask questions, make sure you understand what the client's needs are, because was she my sister? Was she my client? Was she my sister? Was she my client? You know? So that was interesting dichotomy, but I got through it. We got through it, and we worked out. It worked out really well. And I'm already missing them. I miss all of them. And here I am back home. Here I am back home, back in my life, back in my world. And it's getting closer and closer now. It's nearly April, and Thomas is going to be working with me starting in June. And I swear to you, I am coming out of my skin. I cannot wait. I wish he could start today. I wish he could start today, because it feels so perfectly aligned for me to have Thomas with me doing this. And, you know, he is not a man who likes to be in public. He doesn't like to be seen. He doesn't like to be like, he doesn't want to be on video. I mean, it's not that I want to be on video. I don't care not. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm on the video or not, but it's a part of my communication. It's how I communicate. And he is not like me in the fact that he is not super duper great about being public. And so this is going to be something interesting for us to kind of work our way through. And I want him to start being a guest, being side by side with me also on the podcast, so you can also get to understand who he is, because he's funny as hell. Let me tell you, he's hysterical. So I want to share my attitude of gratitude with you. And you know, when I wake up in the morning, like, or if I wake up in the middle of the night, for example, like if something just like stirs me and I'm like, oh, what's that noise? Oh, somebody's going to the bathroom. Okay. Then like what happens in my brain? Like what happens in my thought process? Because I can start doing checklists. I can start thinking scary things. I can start thinking terrible things. I can start thinking thank yous. And that's what I've started to do, is to, when I wake up in the middle of the night or first thing when I wake up in the morning, I start saying my thank yous, like thank you, 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 thank you. I say thank you like a million times, and it calms me. It calms me. It makes me feel present. It makes me feel safe. It makes me feel connected. It makes me feel alive, because in my thank you, I know that I'm thanking God for everything, every situation, every opportunity that I am presented with. And to say thank you versus analyzing or overanalyzing. In my case, I tend to do that. That's a natural state for me, is to go to overanalyzation. I'm really working on being completely present in the fact that everything is going so beautifully in my life. I feel happy. You know, And I feel happy to come home to my husband, who I've been gone from for 17 days. Happy to come home to my cat, who I want to kiss a million times over. I don't know if you ever see those Instagram, like little snippets for the, cat lovers of Instagram, which of course I follow every single one of them, and or dog lovers of Instagram. It's so cute where people show the difference of like a husband saying goodbye to the dog versus the wife, and how he's like basically like hugging the dog, holding the dog, caressing the dog, kissing the dog 1,000 times on his face before he heads out of the house. And then it shows him saying goodbye to his wife, like, peace, see you later. Like he walks out, but he spends half an hour, loving on the cat or the dog. And that's basically, I mean, Thomas and I are like that with Elvis. We just are always, always kissing on him. I'm always holding him. I'm always squeezing him. I'm always giving him massages and stuff. And it just makes me so happy. The sound of his purr and the knowingness of him loving me, holding him. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for it. I'm thankful for coming home this morning and having a cup of coffee with my husband before he goes to work, making his breakfast so that he has a full belly before he goes to face his day. That's important to me, and I'm so thankful that I have a home, a beautiful home that I get to come home to, a beautiful bed that I get to sleep so soundly in, a sofa that I get to sit here and even go take a nap today. I had to take a nap, an hour and a half nap because I was so tired because my 22-hour trip did take it out of me, but it was it's still, I'm in a seven different hours away from where I just was yesterday. So, there's a lot to adjust to, and I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful, and don't think for 1 second that I don't take this. I mean, this is not something I take for granted that I can get on an airplane and travel across the world and do my work. I mean, are you kidding me? That's how many people wouldn't love to do that? How many people wouldn't love to be able to go and do work in a different country and experience something so beautiful as sharing something as important as cleaning and organizing a home and touching things that belong to family, right? The most personal, private things we have is what's in our home. And we got rid of a lot of things, let me tell you. There was a lot of stuff moving out of that house that was just old, just old. I mean, like things that don't necessarily fit anymore, things that don't look on trend, or things that don't really need to be there anymore. A lot of clothing, lots and lots of clothing. And, it reminds me how I really want to keep such a small footprint. I don't need to have a lot of things. And I come home to my home and I think, oh, we got so much stuff. We have so many things. And I've already pared down. That's the thing about Swedish death cleaning. It doesn't stop, it never ends. Swedish death cleaning means that you're walking around your house and you see something, you're like, you know what? I don't want that anymore. I wonder if this person would want it. I'm going to call them and ask them. And if they want it, get it out of here. Get it out of here so that they can get it in their home and they can enjoy it. Because I don't want things anymore. I don't want so much stuff. I want to keep it easy. I want to be simple. I want to live simply. That's the whole idea of More Moss to the People. That's why I started the podcast, because I needed to simplify my life. Simplify to amplify, Marie Forleo says. Simplify to amplify. How can I look around me more and say, what can I do less with? What do I need? It's like going into the refrigerator, like, I have nothing to eat. I'm going to go to the grocery store yet again and spend another $150 on food for 2 people, and not even looking in the freezer to say, wow, you know what? I actually already had this at home. I could have taken it out this morning and defrosted it instead of just buying fresh, right? It's looking around my garage and seeing that I have 5 different homes worth of things in there that need to go away. They need to go away. They need to go to where they belong. And it's about just being so cognizant about your space and the place that you take on this earth, because I mean, at the end of the day, what's all the stuff for? Who's it for? I mean, is it to look wealthy for other people? Is it that I want to impress other people when they come into my home so that they think that I am a certain way or that I have so much? Or, it's like, who cares? God, it's so boring. It's so uninteresting to me. And, how much money do you need? How much money do you need every month to come in so that you have enough money to pay for bills and have money in your savings account so that you can go and do fun things and treat yourself to something nice? I mean, it's like, how much is enough? What's enough? I mean, I have so much. I already have so much. And I've been doing so great with managing my my life and my home and our finances, and Thomas and I working together as a team. We work as a team to say, yeah, we can do that. No, you know what? That's not really good timing for that right now. Let's hold off on that for a while because we're doing this and this and this, and we got to plan ahead, right? Thinking ahead, knowing what you got. What do you got coming in? What do you got going out? I mean, it's like this death cleaning and decluttering, so much of that is bringing me back to the lessons, the solid foundations of the lessons of life that matter to me. And what are those lessons? What are those values? And how do I live my life? Who do I live my life around? Who do I choose to surround myself with? And do I want to be like everybody else? Or am I willing to stand up and say, "No, I'm not doing that. No, I don't wanna go to that restaurant and spend ungodly amounts of money for food that I can make better at home and be with my family and spend less and enjoy it more." I mean, it's nice to go out and see people and all that, but, it's, choices. It's all about choices, and being in America always reminds me of how many choices you have at your fingertips all day, every day. And you can have anything. All you got to have is money. All you got to have is money or credit cards to pay for it. And, that's a big reason why I left America because I don't need to have so many options. I don't want to have so many options because it's like when you go to a restaurant, for example, you go to there's a restaurant in America called Cheesecake Factory, and they have a menu that is, I'm not kidding you, like 25 pages long. A menu at a restaurant that is 25 pages long. How in the world can they be specialists on 25 pages of things? How many people do they have in the kitchen that's going to be able to make all that stuff? That's what I want to know. So it's like I'm fine tuning, like narrowing in on my area of specialty and what I want to work with and who I want to work with and how do I want to, like, working with Thomas, the thought of Thomas working with me, I'm so excited. I cannot freaking wait. I'm freaking excited, right? I'm like, how long ago was it that I was excited about something like that? I mean, I haven't had a business partner since early 2000s. And my husband, the man that I love the most, is going to be my business partner. He's going to be able to work with me every day or do things around the house with me and be places and travel places and work and share time together. What can we never get back? We can never get back time. How much do we need? How much do we need? Is it worth it to quit your job, to quit the security of the job so that you can be home with me and feeling good and taking care of your heart and your health and your psychic, your mind, your soul, psychic. That's, I mean, your psyche, right? Taking care of yourself. It is our job and our responsibility to take care of ourselves. And if we do not do that, who are we living for? I'm not living for the man. I'm not working for the man. I'm working for myself. I'm taking control of my life. I'm doing what I love to do. I have no idea what this is going to look like. I have no idea how this is going to roll into whatever it is going to roll. Who knows? Who knows? But you know what? I'm open for it. I'm open for it. How about this? And something better's coming. I love this now. I'm happy now. I'm thankful now. And I know even more, even better is coming for me. Something that is so aligned with me because I am in such a place of gratitude and thankful for exactly where I am now that it can only get better. My life is only getting better. And people say, Asa, God, don't you just wish you were 20? Remember when we were teenagers? Wouldn't it be great to be a teenager? Hell no. Are you crazy? Oh, God, no. I didn't even like being a teenager when I was a teenager. Why would I want to go back to being a teenager? I wouldn't want to go back to my 20s. No way. I don't want to go back to my 30s. I don't want to go back to my 40s. Not my best years. I love my 50s. I'm nearly 57 years old. I love my life more today than I have ever loved my life. Why? How, Asa? Because I'm living it based on what I want. And what's driving me is love. Love. Love of my family, love of my husband, love of my work, love of myself. Love myself first, love myself most. Because from that place, I can serve the world from a place that is so much more well put together. And so it's not codependency, it's not enabling, I'm not like directing people because I'm happy. I'm doing my work the best that I can, and I am showing up in my life the best that I can. And if that means that I help other people by sharing my stories, by telling you my truths, by showing all my faults to you, because you know what? I've got nothing to lose. You know why? Because I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed of all the decisions that I've made. God knows I have made some seriously poor decisions. Am I embarrassed? No. I wish I could change some of them. I wish I didn't make the choices that I did, but if I hadn't, then this wouldn't have happened, right? If I hadn't done this, then this would not have happened. You see, everything that we do is exactly as it's supposed to be because we do it. So that means it was supposed to be that way. And if we don't learn the lessons from those choices, that's a different story. But that's also something we can learn from, right? Learning the lessons. We've got to learn our lessons. So my voyage to Houston, Texas for 17 days with my beloved family, when I thought I was going to be doing death cleaning, didn't end up being so much death cleaning, more decluttering than anything else, and getting rid of old things that didn't necessarily belong to my brother-in-law. And, I didn't have an agenda. I mean, I had an idea. I thought we were going to be doing this and that, but it ended up that we didn't. And, that was perfect because it wasn't time. It wasn't time. And when my sister is saying, what about we clean this room? What about we do this room? And what about we do this? And you know what else that we did a lot of was administrative type things, like going through credit cards, going through the statements, each itemized thing on the statements and realizing, oh, you got to cancel this. I got to cancel this. I got to cancel this. I want to add my name to this. I need to do this. I want, yes, I'll keep this. These are the things that when all of a sudden you become the sole person taking care of the finances in the home, you have a lot of phone calls to make. And, I happen to have worked in banking for a long time, so I'm really good at making those phone calls. I'm really good at having conversations with people in call centers and asking them to cancel accounts, to, waive fees, to do this kinds of stuff because things have fallen through the cracks for my clients. And I could have done it for my sister like this, no problem. But that's not in her best interests because from now on, she needs to be making these phone calls. She has to learn how to speak to the people in a call center so that she can get her point across and ask them for help because she needs help. And that's really hard for people who have had other people taking care of the finances before. So take into consideration, please, please learn what you have coming in and coming out of your bank statements, your credit card statements, your accounts every month. Do that now. Work with your partner now so that, God forbid, something happens one day and you have to take it over on your own. Do you even know what it is that you have? Is your name on the accounts? Get your name added to accounts where possible, because when you don't, it becomes a lot of paperwork that you got to send all over the place. And if you don't know how to work on a computer, attaching documents, getting PDFs sent to credit card companies or bill paying companies to get your name changed and death affidavits and all these different proof of death so that you can get your name on your account so you can pay these people, um, you might want to start considering doing that now while the going's good. So we spent a good bit of time doing that kind of work, good bit of time going through credit cards and talking through bills and how is the best way to tackle this and how do you contact them. And one thing I will say, working at a bank, is a lot of people are afraid to talk to banks. Like, oh my God, they're going to get mad at me, or they're going to tell me I need to pay everything off now. And da 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 da. Meanwhile, all they want to have is a conversation with you. They need to be in contact with you, and they need you to be in contact with them so that they know what you've got going on, and they make notes in your account. And then those notes stay on your account. And then they at least know if, for example, you're going to go to collections, which of course my sister was not doing anything like that. But if you're going to collections or something like that, they have the notes saying, okay, this is what's going on in their life right now. This is what has happened. Okay, we need to contact them and make a payment plan option or whatever. So it's always better to communicate with your companies that you have bills with. That's just a little tip from my banking days, my friends. Just from me to you, my love, from me to you. Yeah, it was a really beautiful time. And it honors me that I get paid to do work that I love. I mean, and this truly is work that I love, and podcasting is work that I love too. And I have to try to figure out the balance of it to be able to do it in a way that's going to work for myself so that I can be 100% present with my clients, because that is what I promised them. They're paying top dollar. I am present with them because that's what I believe people expect. And that's what I expect of myself. Yeah. So I'm happy to be back. I'm thankful for you listening. I'm thankful for you reaching out to me and saying you've missed me. I am thankful for my life, my health, my family, my love for you, my love for my family, my love for the world, and my place in it. And we all have a place in it. We got to celebrate. We got to celebrate today. No, this is the work. This is what I learned from doing this work, is if we do not celebrate now, we won't celebrate later. And what if later never comes? Think about that, my friend. And I will see you on the flip side. Take good care of yourself. Thank you for being here. Have a beautiful week. Bye bye.